So you've probably heard that Elon Musk is one of the wealthiest people on the planet, and he's the CEO of Tesla, one of the world's most valuable companies. So you'd think his salary would be astronomical, right? Well, the answer is probably not what you're expecting, and it unlocks this wild story of huge bets, major legal drama, and a pretty radical vision for the future.
All right, let's just start with the most basic question you could ask. Every CEO gets a salary. It's kind of the whole point of compensation. So, what do you think Elon Musk's official base salary from Tesla is? Go ahead, take a guess.
The answer? Zero. A big fat nothing. And that one simple fact, well, it's one of the most surprising and, honestly, most revealing things about how Tesla is run.
And this isn't some new development. According to Tesla's own documents, he actually asked them to get rid of his salary way back in 2019. And from what's been reported, he has never even accepted a paycheck, not even when it was just California's minimum wage.
So I know exactly what you're thinking. If there's no salary, how in the world does he get paid? Well, the answer isn't a simple paycheck. It's a compensation structure that is way more ambitious and, as it turns out, a whole lot more controversial.
To understand how this works, we have to go back to 2018, to this really groundbreaking deal. You can think of it as a massive all-or-nothing bet that Elon was making on himself and on the future of Tesla. Now let's be super clear, this was not a handout of free stock, not at all. It was a 10-year plan that gave him the option, the chance, to buy shares at a fixed price. But, and this is the huge but, only if he hit a whole series of incredibly demanding targets. So it's not a reward for just showing up to work. It's about earning the right to make a huge bet on the company's success. So how did it actually work? Think of it like a lock that needs two different keys. For any piece of the award to unlock or vest, two things had to happen. First, Tesla had to hit a specific business goal, like a revenue target. And second, the company's value on the stock market had to soar to a new preset level. You had to have both. One without the other meant you got nothing for that chunk of the award.
And those business goals came in two main flavors. It wasn't just about growing sales, that's the revenue part. It was also about being profitable, which they measured using something called adjusted EBITDA. That's really just a way of looking at a company's core earnings. So the board's message was pretty clear. Grow the company like crazy, but you have to make sure it's actually making money.
Oh, and there was another really critical catch. Even after he hit all the milestones and bought the stock, he couldn't sell it for 5 years. This holding period was designed to lock his interests in with all the other long-term shareholders, to keep him from just cashing out on a short-term stock price jump.
So did it work? You know, back in 2018, a lot of people thought these goals were completely impossible. But incredibly, yeah, it worked. Musk and Tesla hit every single one of the 12 milestones, which meant the entire award was fully unlocked.
But this is where the story takes a sharp turn. Just as the plan seemed like a huge success, it all got dragged into court, putting the entire multi-billion-dollar award on trial. See, very soon after the shareholders approved this deal, a lawsuit was filed. It's important to understand it didn't challenge whether he hit the targets. He clearly did. It challenged the process, arguing that the board wasn't truly independent when it approved such a massive pay package in the first place.
Years later, that lawsuit led to a pretty shocking outcome. A Delaware court actually invalidated, or rescinded, the entire 2018 award. Suddenly, all the compensation he had earned by hitting those insane targets was just gone. Now, Tesla's position is that the court's ruling was flawed, and they're in the process of appealing that decision. This whole ongoing legal fight has created this massive cloud of uncertainty around Musk's compensation. And that uncertainty is the main reason why Tesla's board decided to propose a brand new plan.
Which brings us right up to the present day and Tesla's proposed next chapter. With that 2018 award all tied up in court, the board has designed a new plan, really for the next phase of the company's journey.
This new 2025 award follows the same basic all-or-nothing playbook. It's another high-risk, performance-based plan. But while the structure might seem familiar, the goals themselves, well, they signal a really radical shift in what Tesla sees as its core mission.
Okay, just check out these new goals. We've moved way beyond just revenue and profit. The new targets are about delivering millions and millions of vehicles, sure, but also 1 million robots and getting 1 million fully autonomous robotaxis into commercial operation. I mean, this is a huge signal that the company's focus is shifting dramatically toward AI and robotics.
So what exactly is a robotaxi according to the plan? It's not just a car with advanced driver assist. We are talking about a vehicle that provides transportation services with no human driver inside at all. A truly autonomous service.
And a bot? The plan defines that as any robot with mobility that uses AI made by Tesla, with the Optimus robot being the main example. So this isn't just a side project anymore, it's a core milestone tied directly to the CEO's pay.
This table really captures the strategic shift perfectly. The 2018 plan was all about proving Tesla could be a huge, profitable car company. The 2025 plan is about proving it can be a dominant AI and robotics company. The ambition has just been dialed up to a whole new level.
So as we start to wrap this up, let's just zoom out. Why use this incredibly complex, high-risk structure at all? Why not just pay a salary like pretty much every other company on the planet?
Well, according to the board, the philosophy is all about alignment. The whole point is to make it so that the CEO only wins if the shareholders win, and win big. It's designed to incentivize taking on these gigantic, transformative goals, not just managing the day-to-day business.
Ultimately, this is a model of pay for performance taken to its absolute extreme. Compensation isn't for time spent in the office. It's a reward for achieving goals that many people honestly believe are impossible. Which leaves us with the final, fascinating question. As companies all over the world compete for visionary leadership, could this Tesla model, tying pay not to your presence but to paradigm-shifting performance, actually become the new standard? It's a bold experiment that's still very much playing out.